Good evening, everybody. Welcome. How y'all doing? Howdy, Freddy. Howdy, Beta fan. I think I saw somebody and Unlucky, yeah. What up? Please do not put that many emotes in your chat. Unlucky, please. It's starting to get a bit obnoxious. Yellow, what up? How y'all doing? Good, kind sir. That's good to hear. Welcome. It's reading time. At least for 1 week ahead. If we end up having extra time, maybe we'll do more. There's only one of the big Texans? How many big Texans do you have? Oh my god. I have a stomach bug, but I feel better now than I did last night. That's good to hear. Is $3? Oh yeah, Max Payne 1 should be hella cheap right now. You can't buy it? Is it not on Steam anymore? I have it. I think. Yeah, I've got it. Yeah. It's totally on Steam. You can get Death Rally for free. That's true. You can also get Death Rally. I'm a big text. Yeah, but the big Texan is kind of funny. The original GTA trilogy. Well, they banned it. Ah, that explains it. That explains it. I apologize for the gigantic text. Yeah, just... it makes it really hard to read chat, you know. And that's kind of a big part of streaming. So... please take it easy with filling your chat with emotes. Your messages, rather. Just be moderated. But you can't buy the original GTAs? You can buy Grand Theft Auto 3. Definitive. Which people don't seem to like. There's 2. We can't buy 1 though. That's upsetting. Anyway. We've got a handful of articles to read. We do it when a chat gets too crowded, so I'm always noticed. That's actually a good way to get put in timeout, because if you do it when there's a lot of people around, that makes it even more obnoxious to read chat. That's the entire point. You buy them because Rockstar wants you to get the definitive edition? That's bullshit. Grand Theft Auto 1 was one of my favorite games growing up. Anyway, we have, at minimum, 7 things to read. 3 of which are authored by good old Freddy and Foxy. That's right, we're doing community SCPs for the first time in a while. Decided to update the creation wiki by a little bit, add one more sentence. Alright, I will refresh the page then. Yeah, boy himself. Yes. Alright, let's go over here. We've got 266 creation. Been a hot minute. Yep, I think I did one last year. Or the year before. We've got SCP-624. We've got 11166. Also by Freddy. We've got 8093. I like this image. Completely unrecognizable. We've got 1089-1 by Freddy. And that's the week. The 5 weekly SCPs. Then for the weekend Backrooms, we have level 94. Which has a discovery log to go along with it. So this will be considerably longer. See that Alan disclaimer? Yeah. See, it was on this one. Do not read this, Alan, if you're going to read this one, but this is a leftover SCP I didn't get a chance to publish yet, so I decided to transfer it here to flesh it out. Well, I read it. Then we got level 55. 55 is 5th familiar freezer, which requires the password 555555. Oh my god. I remember that article. We gotta open those. There we go. And those are the minimum 7 things we have to read today. I've got other stuff already set up in case we end up having extra time. We'll see. Got the retail US Max Payne goodies? Hell yeah. Don't put it in the video, I assumed. I assumed. Alrighty. Ugh. Let me get a good yawn in. There we go. Alrighty. It's down for a creature called the Copycat, and it sounds like a high-pitched, glitchy laughter. Ooh. Alright. Let's begin. Creation. Item number. SCP-266. That needs to be reworded. Does FNAF? Yeah, it does that sometimes. 20066. 20066. 20066. Item number. 20066. Object class. Keter. Special containment procedures. SCP-20066 has to be contained within an underground facility under site. Blank. SCP-20066 under circumstances is not allowed. SCP-20066 under circumstances is allowed to see the time. All watches are prohibited near its containment chamber. If it does, a D-Class has to compete SCP-20066 trials. After the trials, SCP-20066 will shut down for 24 hours, and it can go back into containment. SCP-20066 has to be watched 24/7. Lights will be turned on during the night, so SCP-20066 doesn't become powerful. SCP-20066 cannot come into contact with SCP-20067. Description. SCP-20066 is a mechanical animatronic that's about 7 feet tall and weighs about 350 pounds, with 2 arms, 1 with a hook, and 3 legs. And SCP-2066 wears a mask resembling a bear with a top hat. SCP-2066 has the ability to make time stop within a certain radius and make people hallucinate. SCP-2066 controls SCP-2067, also known as the Endos. But they can also move without the control of SCP-2066. SCP-2066 also controls SCP-2066-2, which are 5 animatronics resembling the characters from the game blank. These characters appear as hallucinations but are very real. They all attack in unique styles that change every time throughout the trials. SCP-2066 was discovered in 2000 blank, after SCP-2066 took revenge on his creator after he wanted to come alive. SCP-2066 killed his original creator. The Foundation investigated the house and found SCP-2066 hiding in the forests. The Foundation managed to deactivate SCP-2066 for some time and contained it. But SCP-2067 was found later on. They are connected in some way. Further study needs to be conducted. Addendum 2066-1. There was an interview with SCP-2066 with the researcher blank.
Are you there, SCP-2066? What do you want? I want to know where you come from. I don't know where I came from, but I know it wasn't from a good place. Why did you kill your creator? My creator wasn't a creator. He was a liar. I had to stop him from his lies. I had to stop him from my creation. Why did you attack his family? I used his family as a distraction. I didn't want to hurt him. I used them as a distraction so I could deal with them. How do your endos work? They are like demons. They just stopped my creator. They tried, and they failed. But I still managed to stop my creator all by myself. They are also called the Fallen. How do you control the Ignited? I do not control them. They are with me, and they are always here. I see them right now. They are simply beings that are there to stop. What are your trials? I believe my creator is still alive, and I use these trials to determine if he's my creator. I think that wraps it up for today.
Addendum 2066-2. Currently, SCP-2066 is being moved to a different location. SCP-2066 has become a threat to the Foundation after a Chaos Insurgency breach resulted in the Chaos Insurgency looking to find SCP-2066 and SCP-2067 so they can control them and use them. Is that a lighthouse with a dying light, or a reflection of my glowing eyes? Am I my monster of the deep? There we go. That wasn't so bad. Wonder what that could be. Who knows? That wasn't that bad. Stretch. Alrighty. Next. I downloaded the CD version, not the PC version. Uh-oh. Hope you have a CD to burn it onto. Alright, next is SCP-624. Let me take a drink. Personal music player. Item number SCP-624. Object class safe. Special containment procedures. SCP-624 is to be stored in Site-16's safe storage room and charged frequently by testing personnel. Testing is open to all Site-16 personnel with proper clearance. Personal access to SCP-624 is otherwise restricted. SCP-624 is not to be taken off. SCP-624 is not to be taken off of Site-16, unless in the event of an emergency. SCP-624 must be listened to through regular headphones, before being played on regular speakers. SCP-624 is not to be played at Site-16's social functions for entertainment. Due to containment protocol, and possible risk of humiliation of Site-16 personnel. Audio created by SCP-624 is not to be sold commercially, nor shared through file-sharing networks. Addendum 624-1. Personnel who do not listen to music. Personnel who do not listen to music, do not like music, or have zero musical influences are not allowed to test SCP-624. See Test Log 624-1. Description: SCP-624 is a SanDisk Sansa SCP-624 is a SanDisk Sansa E200R MP3 player and voice recorder. The back of the player says SCP-624 contains 2 GB of memory. Although the original owner's manual claims there are preloaded sample songs, there are no files stored within its memory when played on normal speakers. Uploading music to SCP-624 seems to be impossible, as every program tested, including iTunes, Rhapsody, and Yahoo Music, have all returned with encoding errors. When powering up SCP-624 through headphones, a tone will play, and this tone will be picked up through SCP-624's microphone. If SCP-624 does not detect the tone, it will shut down as if it were locked. If SCP-624 hears the tone from normal speakers, SCP-624 will power on normally, but contain no stored data. If SCP-624 detects the tone from a pair of headphones, SCP-624 automatically fills its library with 2 GB worth of music. The music, in question, is all written, produced, played, and sung by the wearer of the headphones, regardless of current musical talent. Each song comes with an appropriate album cover and the listener's artist's profile, which is factually incorrect, possibly based on an alternate timeline if the listener had become a full-time musician. When exposed to the musically inclined, SCP-624 will generate specific songs, or improve songs they may have already written. Or improve songs they may have already written. When exposed to test subjects with little to no musical experience. When exposed to test subjects with little to no musical experience, SCP-624 will generate music based on their favorite music influences, regardless if they like the generated music or not. These songs tend to be very consistent to the listener, but more songs are added based on musical influences. If space runs out when the listener is introduced to a new musical influence, the listener's least favorite songs are replaced. When shut down, the songs are subsequently deleted until SCP-624 is introduced to the listener once more. Once powered up through headphones, the listener may unplug his or her headphones and connect SCP-624 to normal speakers. The audio files themselves cannot be transferred, but can be dubbed onto a separate recording device. Test log SCP-624-1. Subject D256. Subject's favorite genre is grindcore music. Artist profile. Death, expletive redacted. Began their rise to infamy after their deadly set at Hellfest 03, resulting in several injuries and one recorded death. Death, expletive redacted's lineup includes 2 drummers, 2 bassists, 3 rhythm guitarists, and 2 lead guitarists. Death, expletive redacted's original lead singer, HR, committed suicide by gunshot wound on stage during their expletive redacted tour 2000 blank. Music results. Music is extremely loud and very brutal, lasting between 5 to 45 seconds, resulting in more than 1,000 tracks. A common trend among these tracks are atonal noise, screaming, cursing, and sounds from movie clips. The lyrics mostly concern violence, rape, murder, data expunged. Subject was very pleased with the results and requested a personal copy of the created music. This request was denied. Subject comments. Expletive redacted, yeah, this is awesome! Subject. E-Class Personnel, EW. Subject's favorite genre is adult alternative, and has experience in playing guitar. Artist's profile. EW is one of today's biggest names in acoustic pop and soul, sharing the same bill with such names as John Mayer and Jack Johnson. EW began playing guitar at the age of 8, and continued on to other instruments such as piano, trumpet, and drums. EW also starred in Disney's High School Musical series, competing with Summerlin star Zac Efron for the role of Troy. Music results. Music is very relaxed and modern sounding. Lyrics mostly concern romance and recreational activities. Subject stated multiple songs were originally written by him, but were all of much higher quality, both in writing, performance, and recording quality. Subject was surprised and initially very happy, but later saddened by the test results. Subject comments. God, I wish I could sing like that. Subject. Level 2 Security, Agent E. Subject does not normally listen to music, but would like to hear the results. Artist profile. DE Unknown Artist 00000. Music results. Music consisted of 72 tracks, all labeled by number. Each track contains a condensed autobiography of the subject by year. Narrated by the subject himself in a clear, theatrical voice. Personnel initially questioned the accuracy of the autobiography due to the inaccuracies of the previous tests, but track number blank confirmed its accuracy when the narrator referred to this very test, stating that the subject will leave the room when they begin playing track 72. The subject became distraught by the remaining biography as data expunged, and subsequently left the testing room by track 71. 2/3 through the final track, the narrator begins to scream as data expunged, presumably killing him. The sounds of redacted and inhuman cackling are heard for the remainder of the track. Subject comments. I never want to know what happens to me on that final track. No, you said you're going to tell me, but please, don't tell me. Subject: E-Class Personnel, LP. It should be of note that LP, while aware of music, does not like or listen to music. Artist's profile. LP does not think highly of herself. She thinks she is ugly and alone. She has frequent thoughts of suicide in between lusting after names redacted. LP doesn't know why she gets up in the morning. Music results. The playlist did not consist of music, but a list of blank names from Site-16 personnel. When played, the subject's voice would state her deepest opinions on the track's staff member. Despite protests from the subject, testing personnel played every track in order to find any discrepancies. Subject was visibly angry. Subject comments: "Turn it off! I said turn it off!" Subject D258. It should be of note that Subject D258 does not listen to music. When questioned, Subject D258 could not name one genre or band, stating all music is noise. Artist's profile. Blank was born on blank 19 blank to blank and blank. Blank went to the following schools. Data expunged. Blank was eventually convicted of. Data expunged. He was later recruited by an organization known as the SCP Foundation to test one of their many strange relics. Blank committed suicide shortly after this test. Music results. Music consisted of one track of unknown bitrate and quality, exceeding several days, possibly years, worth of time, squeezed into exactly 2 gigabytes. When played, data expunged. Data expunged had no effect on listening personnel, but sent Subject D258 into a state of shock. Subject D258 committed suicide via blunt force trauma to the head. When fast-forwarded to the end of the track vaguely sounds like Subject D258 being transferred to Site-16, with what sounds like D258's thoughts in the background. Mostly violent and insulting thoughts towards the staff, turning to horror upon hearing SCP-264. After Subject D258's suicide, the track continues playing past its runtime and cuts to data expunged. It is unknown how much longer the track continues, as all personnel present quickly fled the testing room and demanded testing be ceased immediately. Personnel present to data expunged were reported visibly shaken for days. Subject comments. No official statement was given. Subject D258's last words were, "My soul is on this machine!" Note: Active testing ceased on SCP-620. Active testing ceased on SCP-624. For freelance testing by personnel, see Test Log 624-2. Dr. Z. Experiment Log 624. Note: This is a test log of SCP-624 by Site Blank personnel and visiting staff to scope SCP-624's abilities. Please remember that SCP-624 is not a toy, and that you must do these tests at your own risk. Dr. Z. Warning: Personnel who do not listen to music, do not like music, or have zero musical influences are not allowed to test SCP-624. Note 2. I said it before and I'll say it again. SCP-624 is not a toy. You may use it for testing, but if you want to hear yourself become a famous musician, go take some music lessons. Our job is to seek out the range of SCP-624's abilities. As of August 31st, 2016, This test log is for anomalous test results only. To see the control tests, refer to test log SCP-624-1. Dr. D, Level 4 Security. Instructions for testing SCP-624. Charge SCP-624 from a computer, or 30-pin personal MP3 player charger. An iPod-only 30-pin charger will not work. Hook up a pair of headphones to SCP-624 and power it on. Earbuds, noise cancellation headphones, and speakers will not work. Record your findings in the following format. Subject: Artist Profile. Music Results. Subject Comments. Press the black button twice after playing a song to see the artist's profile. Report the generated music style and genre, if it has a genre. Once finished, include a short blurb of your/the subject's experience in the comments section. Subject: Dr. D, Level 4 Security. Subject did not profess his favorite music. Artist Profile. MD did not invent the fart joke, but he certainly improved on it. Associated with such names as Adam Sandler and Bill Hicks, MD has been featured on such shows as Saturday Night Live and Mad TV for his talents in stand-up and comic song. MD wrote and directed the 2000 blank summer flop Redacted movie, unanimously rated as the worst movie of all time. Music Results. Mostly lowbrow stand-up and lewd acoustic guitar songs. Most tracks concern typical family problems, bodily functions, sex, and politics. Subject was visibly angry at the results. Subject comments. Not funny. Note: It seems SCP-624 isn't limited to specific genres of music, but the scope of the listener's imagination. Again, I am to remind all Site Blank personnel that all access to SCP-624 is strictly for experimental purposes only, and that SCP-624 is not to be played in the Site Blank break room. For now. Dr. Z. Note: Dr. Z, I think you mean is not to be played in the Site Blank break room ever, and under the penalty of demotion if you do. Dr. D, Level 4 Security. Subject: Agent E. It should be of note that Agent E partook in the original test of SCP-624, and has since gotten into rap music. Artist's Profile. East Coast and West Coast collide, forming E-Dizzle. E-Dizzle is the first rapper to not only tour with Tupac Shakur and Biggie Smalls, but united the now duo for their first tour in 2002. E-Dizzle helped discover and produce for rapper Eminem. Much mystery surrounded E-Dizzle's death in 2000 blank, but his legacy still lives on. Music Results. Music consisted of a strange new form of rap, listed under the genre Hybrid Coast. Mixing West Coast funk synths and East Coast orchestras. 208 of the 406 tracks contain guest rappers, most of whom are rivals or dead in this timeline. Subject initially pleased with results. Only to learn date of his death is the same from the previous test. Only to learn the date of his death is the same from the previous test. Subject comments. Seriously, if you guys could just let me take this outside and blast this over my car speaker. Hold on. What year did that artist profile thing say? Subject then proceeded to repeatedly scream about the year. Testing ceased shortly after. Subject: Dr. L. Subject claims to like orchestral music, but says she prefers audiobooks. Artist Profile. Pulitzer and Nobel Prize winner Haley L. is one of the most prolific novelists of the 21st century. having written 40 novels in 20 years, roughly 2 novels a year. Mrs. L is well renowned for her fiction writing seminars, drawing students from all over the world. Much controversy surrounds Mrs. L's strange autobiography, released only in audio format. Music results. The results were not music, but a chronological list of audiobooks, all read by the subject. The genres of each audiobook don't seem to follow any sort of pattern. The first book, Seasons of Longing, is a historical romance that slowly gains fantasy/time travel elements as it goes on. The next novel, Hills of Glory, is a war story that switches to supernatural horror halfway through. The stories of these audiobooks are captivating according to the listening researchers, and continue increasing in quality as they go on. Culminating in the second to last track, All This Time, a family epic with supernatural elements. The final track, Unknown Track 00000, starts out as a straightforward autobiography of the writer. The narrator begins by talking about her home life, how she picked up writing, and how she wrote her first novel. But then the narrator begins berating the subject for not making the same choice, growing increasingly angrier and louder. All attempts to turn down the volume do nothing to quiet the narrator's screaming and insults. SCP-624 was disconnected from the speakers. Shut up, shut off, and testing ceased. Subject comments. Subject had no official comment. Subject requested temporary leave from the Foundation. The request was denied. Subject requested Class A amnestics. This request was also denied. Subject. Technician en mission. Musical preference include traditional Chinese and Tibetan music, folk rock, world beat, and reggae. Artist profile. Amy Song, born en mission, is the latest A-pop sensation to explode onto the international scene. Her upbeat lyrics, infectious beats, sparkling melodies, and perky stage presence are sweeping the pop world. An up and coming idol not to be missed. Music results. 4 albums worth of cookie-cutter A-pop music. Bouncy and upbeat, with catchy pop hooks and high-pitched girly vocals. Mostly musings on love and relationships. Descriptions of activities with friends, and 1 album of music for an animated harem comedy series. Subject comments. Oh! Expletive redacted. No! If I ever end up doing any... Expletive redacted. Thing anywhere... Expletive redacted. Close to that, just... Expletive redacted. Feed me to 682! Expletive redacted. Note. This just makes me wonder how SCP-624 determines the music the user potentially creates, especially if it clashes with their personality. Dr. Z. Subject. D861. Subject is deaf and cannot hear. Artist profile. Name redacted. Listen. Music results. A series of tracks with names like 0 Hz to 10 kHz, 10 kHz to 10 GHz, and most peculiarly, redacted. Selecting any of the tracks resulted in a loud feedback noise that made everyone but Selecting any of the tracks resulted in a loud feedback noise that made everyone but subject D861 cover their ears. Testing personnel proceeded to listen through the headphones. Audio was a sharp, tinny version of the noises within the room. When subject D861 put the headphones on, he was visibly stunned and began shouting how he could hear for the first time. Subject D861 proceeded to converse with the other staff, finally able to hear his own voice and the voices of those around him. Subject was then asked to listen to the other tracks. The track 10 kHz to 10 GHz sent the subject into a state of brief shock, but would not describe what he was hearing. He quickly switched back to 0 Hz to 10 kHz. Other tracks carried other anomalies. Tracks that could hear everything in other languages, that cancelled out reverb, that censored foul language, and more. Finally, Subject D861 listened to Redacted. Subject shows no reaction at first, but gradually begins screaming at what he hears, throwing the headphones off. Subject comments. According to his interpreter, Subject D861's last words were, "So many voices, and they finally heard us." Wowie. I'm write my requiem from my ocean grave. I hit the bottom, I was tossed by waves. The sunken ship, my hiding place beyond the saving grace. I'm waking up to my own scream. Catching fish is a recurring theme. Sinking to the shore, it was just a dream. Is that a lighthouse with a dying light? Anyway. That was crazy. That actually took so long that I had to move on to a separate recording. That hit the half-an-hour mark. My hip got a mini cramp for some reason. Maybe you need to stretch it? Why do I have so many notifications? Oh. Are these more requests you're sending me, Freddy? I can add them for the list for 2 weeks from now, because we're reading next week, and I've already set up the week after that. But I can put those on the week after that. The week of the 16th to the 20th. Or I guess the 17th to the 23rd, rather. I was about to sit on the floor. Maybe I sat too fast. Ah, you may have pinched something. Where I got this SCP from is a triangle-shaped living unidentified flying object. I feel like I've read that. You can do them as bonuses you like. That's true. Make sure to refresh. Oh, did you update this one too? Yeah, I won't just refresh. I'll even directly visit the page. Force it to re-go. Alrighty. Taking a drink. You ready? Is that a lighthouse with a dying light? Alrighty. The sky is falling. Item number SCP-11166. Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. Only one instance of SCP-11116 has been contained at Site-243. Guards have to keep eyes on the instance that is currently destroyed, but it's still alive and functioning. All other instances of SCP-11116 have to be spotted through building security cameras. If an SCP-11166 instance has been spotted via the camera, Mobile Task Force Lambda-4, Birdwatchers, has to be deployed to keep track of SCP-11116 instances, and must attempt to shoot them down to make them demanifest. All instances that appear have to be excused as a military training exercise to all civilians, or coordinated gas attack. If there are any videos of SCP-111-66... We want to go back and retake? Only one instance of SCP-111-66 has been contained at Site-243. All other instances of SCP-111-60... All other instances of 111-66 have to be spotted through building security cameras. Has to be deployed to keep track of SCP-111-66 instances. If there are any videos of SCP-111-66, the videos have to be found and deleted, and the person will be tracked down and given Class A amnestics. Description: SCP-111-66 is SCP-111-66 is a triangle-shaped, living, unidentified flying object. SCP-111-66 is colored in black, and the material from what it is made from is currently unknown. SCP-111-66 is confirmed to be alive after scans, indicating it has a brain and heart inside the object, which appears to be multiple computers-like objects inside. SCP-111-66 is capable of communicating with personnel via terminals or any type of computer. SCP-111-66 appears to have advanced cloaking abilities, because no SCP-111-66 instance has been spotted. Entering the Earth's atmosphere via satellite. Footnote: it has been believed that they manifest from a different source, but that's currently a theory. The objects are capable of making the clouds fall to the ground. It's currently unknown how they are capable of doing such a thing. When the clouds fall to the ground, the objects dispense a toxin that would make civilians hallucinate interactions that they did in their life. Testing from D-Class personnel confirmed that hallucinations are things that they did in life, that they regretted. After a short time with the toxin, the subject will expire due to poisoning from the toxin. SCP-111-66 is able to refill the toxin after a certain time. Addendum: below are the first 5 recorded sightings of SCP-111-66 from different cities in the United States, and the casualty rate from each state. Casualty rates are constantly rising whenever the Foundation is late to an SCP-111-66 instance manifesting. We might have to reword this. Because, I don't think the United States currently owns Cambodia and Spain. We might have to reword that. Would you say and other countries after the United States? And different countries? Okay. Below are the first 5 recorded sightings of SCP-111-66 from different cities in the United States and different countries, and the casualty rate from each state, and the casualty rate from each city. Casualty rates are constantly Okay, we can skip that. Blank, Wyoming. Casualty rate: 1,452 dead. Blank, Pennsylvania. Casualty rate: 2,127 dead. Blank, Alaska. Casualty rate: 3,731 dead. Blank, Cambodia. Casualty rate: 987 dead. Footnote: the town already had a small population of people. Blank, Spain. Casualty rate: 3,328 dead. These sightings gradually got higher. There was an SCP-111-66 every week until the Foundation noticed. Interviewer: Researcher Rosen. Interviewed: SCP-111-66. Forward: This is the first conducted interview with the destroyed instance of 111-66. This is the first conducted interview with the destroyed instance of SCP-111-66. Shortly after, it was discovered, and it was found alive. Begin log.
Are you there? SCP-111-66?
SCP-111-66 responds via the terminal, translated via text-to-speech.
Yes, I'm here. How do you feel today? I feel hurt all around me. The only thing that's still left is my consciousness. But I can't move. I want to move again, but I can't. What's your purpose here? We have no purpose. We are here as seekers, not destroyers. Why do you call yourself seekers? We seek for the future of this place you like to call Earth. Something big is going to happen far from this time. Fuck, I
pressed the wrong one! Alright, I need to figure out how far back that goes. I pressed the wrong button, god damn it.
I'm here.
There it is.
SCP-111...
God damn it.
Begin log.
What the fuck happened? Press the baby button instead of the radio button on the voice mod. Anyway. Are you there? SCP-111-66?
SCP-111-66 responds via the terminal, translated via text-to-speech.
Yes, I am here. How do you feel today? I feel hurt all around me. The only thing that's still left is my consciousness, but I can't move. I want to move again, but I can't. What's your purpose here? We have no purpose. We are here as seekers, not destroyers. Why do you call yourself seekers? We seek for the future of this place you like to call Earth. Something big is going to happen, far from this time. What is this big event you are talking about? The big event will lead to your destruction of your planet. We use this toxin as a way to save people from all the pain that will happen when your planet collapses. You didn't properly describe this big event. Can you please elaborate more, because I do not understand what you are talking about here? Very well. If you want to know how painful the threat to your world it will be, If you want to know how painful the threat to your world will be, here you go. Your world will collapse, and your buildings will collapse, and crumble everything, and everything crumble. Evil will return. Your people will be sent back to the Dark Ages. The sun will barely exist. Nobody knows when it's going to happen. We use this toxin as a way to ease the pain from you. What is this toxin? We use it as a symbol of guilt. Everyone has something that we regret. Everyone has something that they regret. And we are here to stop them. Are you connected to each other in a way? Yes, we are in a way. How are you connected? The world is one big hive mind to us. The world doesn't care about us, except for you.
I don't get what you're saying here exactly. Would you please say something that isn't a riddle?
Humans are domesticated beings, you know. Being one yourself. You do not care about each other. Humanity gets enraged, and they cause wars with each other. Over stupidity. We are there to prevent it.
What is your species?
You do not want to know, Morgan Rosen.
What? How do you know my name? I didn't tell you my name. How?
I told you we know everything.
I didn't express my name to you at the beginning of this interview. Please, tell me.
I won't want to tell you about your future now, Rosen.
Well, I guess that concludes our interview for the day. I guess that concludes our interview for today.
There will be no tomorrow for us.
End log. Closing statement. Any further attempts to interview SCP-111-66 have proceeded with no response by the entity. After further study, it appears the entity has been shut off, but it is still functioning via beeps connected to its terminal. Researcher Rosen was later promoted to senior researcher of SCP-111-16 after his interview with the object. Addendum 2, 111-16. Ever since the first interview with the destroyed instance, SCP-111-66 sightings have increased, leading up to 5 or more sightings of SCP-111-16 at the same time. The rules of engagement have changed for SCP-111-66. So MTF Lambda 4 can respond quickly to any further manifesting events of the entity. And I think these footnotes were already read. Yeah. Okay, this is just a formatting thing. Alright, well, with the exception of a temporary visit from the fucking chipmunks, I'd say that went pretty well. You know, I do think I'm getting better at manipulating my voice box. Could you imagine if I was able to do something like this 5 years ago? 6 years ago? You go back and listen to those videos. Hear that voice. I put past me to shame. Alvin and the Chipmunks. Alrighty. Next. I do need to take a drink though, because that voice is actually quite stressful on the throat. Alrighty. Let's talk about bones. Oh, oops. There. Audio went up at a weird place. Ship of Theseus. But it's bones. Item number 8093. Level 1, unrestricted. Containment class, esoteric. Secondary class, Thaumiel. Disruption class, dark. Risk class, notice. Special containment procedures. As it is highly unlikely for the general population to discover and utilize the effects of SCP-8093. Obfuscation of its existence is unnecessary. Instead, any rumors of replacing all of your bones are to be passed off as internet humor. Standard skeletal misinformation practices are in place. Description: SCP-8093 is a phenomenon in which a person appears to have a different identity if all of their bones are replaced with the bones of other people or objects. The subjects themselves are affected by this phenomenon and will often report a sense of fundamental change to their being. Discovery: SCP-8093 was discovered in 2018 by GOI 9873, the Bone Bureaucracy, which is a collective of sapient skeletons. During a regular bone swap, footnote, these meetings take place for morale. Skeleton 27 had swapped the last of her original bones, causing the remaining skeletons in the meeting to not recognize her. This prompted them to immediately stop the meeting, call security, and confiscate Skeleton 27's weaponizable bones. The Foundation was contacted to report the incident after the misunderstanding was cleared up. Skeleton 27 changed her name to Skeleton 28 following this event, as she felt her old name was no longer applicable to her. Addendum 1. After the discovery of SCP-8093, many of the Foundation's skeleton agents attempted to use it to aid in their undercover duties. This was wildly unsuccessful, as skeletons well known for their involvement with the Foundation were able to infiltrate many GOIs without being recognized. There is now a Foundation-aligned skeleton in the top ranks of all major anomalous organizations. The Bone Bureaucracy is the only GOI unable to be infiltrated in this fashion, as they implemented rigorous identification measures after SCP-8093's discovery, such as bone shaking and the xylophone test. Following the initial success of utilizing SCP-8093, a non-skeleton agent attempted to infiltrate a GOI by surgically replacing his bones. This attempt was predictably unsuccessful. Addendum 2. Many of the skeletons affected by SCP-8093 have stated that they feel rattled about their new identities not matching their old ones. They often report that their interests and hobbies are no longer applicable to them, as they no longer have the same bones that they learned those hobbies with. Some skeletons have considered participating in flesh hobbies to help forge a new identity for themselves, such as suntanning, bodybuilding, food tasting, and tennis. However, these practices are highly discouraged by the greater skeleton population. The social stigma has caused the affected skeletons to feel conflicted about their new identities. Skeletal parents also undergo difficulties due to their young children being unable to recognize them, leading to the children refusing to take part in yearly family calcium feeding. As some skeletons are afraid of losing their identity as a result of SCP-8093, many have given up bone swapping, which has raised concerns for their physical and mental well-being. Addendum 3. The Bone Bureaucracy started an outreach program to help negatively affected skeletons. This program provides services such as therapy, classes, bone show and tell, and workshops with orthopedic doctors. The majority of skeletons participating in the outreach program have reported more fulfillment in their lives, stating that they feel comfortable that their bones are in a better place. Stating that they feel comfortable that their bones are in a better place. Footnote: their original bones are typically found in other skeletons. The Bone Bureaucracy is also considering setting up a bone donation program to help skeletons utilize SCP-8093 as a fresh start. There's a popular outreach class titled The Bones of Theseus. How the Paradox Isn't Just Ships. Footnote. The Ship of Theseus is a thought experiment about whether an object that has had all of its original components replaced remains the same object. The historical Theseus, whose ghost is in the Foundation's employ, has declined to comment on this class. Alright, there was a lot of wild shit that we just heard about. There was a lot of wild shit. One, there's the communities of skeletons. When you said Seekers, it sounded like you have a lisp. I do. You'll hear it all the time. I do have a lisp. It comes out sometimes. Sometimes whenever I say like SCP 666. 666. Yep. The effect made the lisp come out.
Seekers. The Seekers.
I don't use voice mod a lot. I use it for some things.
Like trauma medic. You know, if I ever need to be a cyberpunk med cop type deal, here we are. Or
we could be a Titan. Or we could be a lost soul, adrift in the abyss. Then there's basic ones like
Echo. I hate this one. There's Cave. There's the robot. There's the singing one. The one that makes all the goofy T-Pain noises. I have a lot of them. Am I allowed to use these? I use this one. We got magic chords. This is another one.
Cute? Cute? I don't know what this one does.
This one's called Banana. Which is funny. Oh, this one's gotta be good.
Trash Mike. Oh boy.
this one is called Deep. Oh baby. This next one,
Broken Mike. And then there's a bunch of shitty AI ones that I don't want to push. Cathedral? Now we're at church. Welcome to church. Cop? This is the police. Come out with your pants down. Cheap Mike. Oh. You know, y'all thought Blocks was funny? How about actual T-Pain? The historical Theseus, whose ghost is in the Foundation's employ, has declined to comment on the class.
And I'm sucking down balloons. Hello. I'm drinking helium. Oh no. This next one is going to be awful. You know why?
I'm on the telephone. There's a lot of these, by the way. Some of them are AI, and I don't really want to use those ones. I just like the voice effects.
Cartoon woman? Have I become the anime waifu that we all desired? Is that finally me? But anyway, there's like hundreds of these.
There's like hundreds of those. So, we can do that all day. I've got a set of ones that I've got favorited. I need to go through and grab them, but I never use them, so who cares? Get out. Leave. Now. Go home. Never be here again. Is that a lighthouse with a dying light? Or a reflection of my glowing eyes? Anyway, time to record Friday. Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Alright. Never-ending grass. Item number SCP-1089-1. Object class Keter. Special containment procedures. Containment personnel are not allowed to spit or bring water into SCP-1089 or bring water into SCP-1089-1 containment cell. All personnel are required to wear a face mask to prevent any saliva from touching the grass. SCP-1089-1 has to be cut once a week. The grounds where SCP-1089-1 was found have the same rules applied, but instead, there has to be a waterproof protective tent around its discovery site to prevent any rain or water from other sources. Description: SCP-1089-1 are samples of grass that are capable of regrowing very quickly. The grass can grow on any object, and it can destroy food, and it can kill people, and the grass can grow in water, but it can't grow underground. SCP-1089-1 was found in a town where a man hadn't cut his grass in weeks. The grass had grown to about 5 feet. The man decided to cut the grass after the weeks, but it took him 3 days. After he was finished, it started raining, and he was in the backyard, and he tripped on something and got knocked out. He never woke up again, because the grass grew into his body and killed him. The Foundation got news of SCP-1089-1 after a neighbor found the person who died with the grass throughout his body. When the Foundation first got there, the grass was about 7 feet long when they arrived. The Foundation decided to cut the grass and sprayed water on 1089-1 and sprayed water on SCP-1089-1. And after 2 hours, the grass already spread through the concrete and into the floor. That's when the Foundation decided to give it its SCP classification. Addendum SCP-1089-1-1. Below is a test with a D class to see if he would die. This was the test with the D class.
Okay, we're going to be testing this SCP right now. Okay, I don't care. Let's just start. Okay, you might die. Me, dying? What is this, a joke? I cannot die. Security, take him inside.
The security put him on a stand.
Are you good? Let's...
Blank.
You can start, I don't care, come on!
Dr. Blank presses the button to start the water.
You might get wet. What?
The D-class gets soaked.
Did you just...
Blank.
You can spray water on me? Don't get mad. Just wait. Okay.
They wait for 2 hours.
Sir, I'm starting to feel pain. Where's the pain coming from? I feel pain in my legs and my ass. How does the pain feel like? I feel like the grass is growing on my legs. I know it sounds weird, but it
Blank.
hurts so much. Wait, guards, check on him.
The guards went to the room. The guards went to his room, and they untied the tie. And they untied the tie. That tied him to the pole. But it was too late. The grass killed him. Addendum SCP-1089-1-2. This is a writing of researcher Nolan's prediction of what he thinks will happen if SCP-1089-1 spreads through the world. If this thing spreads to the world will not survive. This grass will grow everywhere. It can hurt people, and it can spread through anything. And it can ruin our water supplies. It can destroy our food, and it can make people destroy our food. It can make people starve. It can spread diseases from the dead. The grass can grow so high it might even get to space. We will not survive if the Foundation shuts down or a huge containment breach happens, leaving our very facility abandoned. We need to keep the grass from spreading everywhere, or our planet will be just grass. Or our planet will just be grass and be uninhabitable. And we do not know if the grass can grow in space, but it could possibly spell doom for the universe itself. Researcher Nolan's. Your mass is grass. By God. Feel real bad for Max Payne? Yeah. Max Payne's life sucks. Willing to pay for MP2 and 3? 3 is a very different game. 3 is a Rockstar game. So it will be very different. I know nothing about the quality. I don't think Sam Lake likes it. But, you know, subjective and all that. Anyway, we're about to read a really long one, and I don't have... It's going to be more than 7 minutes, so I'm going to set that up for set 2. We're going to set 3. By almost anything Rockstar makes, yeah. Like, if you like Rockstar games, you'll probably like Max Payne 3. Lamb's Sake. Lamb's Sack. Bought Red Dead 1 on PC on release. I really liked Red Dead 1. It was a really good game. Stretch. Alrighty. Moving on. Has it only been an hour 20? I feel like I've been reading forever. Not too late to stream both. That's true. I gotta play all of Final Fantasy XIV first, though. At least I gotta get to Dawn Trail. That's what we're doing after Life is Strange True Colors. Is we're rushing through Final Fantasy. Anyway. Level 90, level 94. Motion. Survival difficulty. Class 3. Unsafe. Unsecure. Low entity count. Level 94 is the 95th level of the Backrooms. Description. Level 94 appears to be a large town, a floating castle and grass hills, but everything has a grainy effect, as if this place was crafted. The main town is safe, with no entities during the day. The town has a big water fountain in the center, flowing with almond water. This town seems to be in the 1930s, in a stop-motion type feel. This town has tiny houses, with some furniture, mostly in 1930s to 1950s. The town also has 1930s styled cars and milk vans filled with almond milk. The town also has siren pulls, which time to time play happy cartoony music. At this time, everything is safe, until it turns night. The music will stop completely, and at this time the entity known as animations will start to appear, and will attack violently if spotted. Other entities that appear in the night are smilers, skin stealers, hounds, and male death moths. But there are also death rats, which they have evolved to look like a normal rat in this stop-motion look. Because the animations usually attack anything that does not look animated. The grass hills of level 94 usually go on forever, and is infinite. The only thing there are a few strange cars parked in the middle of nowhere, and a water tower, which seems to contain almond water. What is strange about the hills is that random sets of furniture, and even entire single rooms of a house can be found. Or sometimes it's just a wall with furniture next to it. Above the hills, you will see a floating castle on what looks like a transparent mountain. The Castle of Transparent Mountain. This is where level 94 can be really trippy for the human mind, so bring some almond water. This area, for some reason, will lose its cartoony effect on photos, which possibly means this level is losing its effect in this castle. This castle appears to be a strange funhouse area, and is very bright in some rooms. You can find ball pits, playgrounds, and an animation studio, with a miniature replica of the town and its entities. In this castle, the only entities that can appear are what we call Robomen. Their appearance is an old-styled robot toy from the 1930s, in an animated form. They seem to be guards of this castle, and are hostile if they spot you interacting with any object in the castle. After wandering through the castle, which also seems to be infinite, you will soon find a large doorway that will lead to the throne room. In this room, you will find the entity known as the Animated King. At first, doesn't seem hostile, but will in fact control you, and you can soon become a part of the animations. But he will at first put you through a test of withstanding your own nightmares in an animated form. If you happen to succeed, he will let out a burst of light, and you will either be sent out of the castle to the town or one of the main levels. You can find the discovery log for this level here. Cut that. MEG, the discovery of level 94. MEG event log 862. Type level. May 2nd, 2020. This log entry is about the discovery of level 94. A survivor which we will call Wanderer for privacy reasons, has accidentally stumbled into level 94 via the hub after exiting the end. Team Quick Match was already sent on a mission at that moment, so Team Compass Point was sent to fill in the task after Team First Response got into communication with the Wanderer. In Sector 2A voice channel, the teams involved in this log was Team Compass Point, Team Quick Match, Team First Response, and Team Overseer. I need to blow my nose. Alrighty. The first entry is the voice chat log between the Wanderer and Team First Response member, Harry. Begin log. Time, 9:26 a.m.
Help. Is anyone...
Seems the user was tuning in at this time. Point.
Turn your channel wheel a bit more. Hello? Can you hear me? Yes, loud and clear. Oh, thank God. You guys gotta help. What seems to be the issue? Everything is not real. It's like crafted. I don't know. I just need help. Possible new level. We will be sending Team Quick Match to your Hurry! I'm running out of almond water. I'm going insane from this place. Please. We'll need to know your last known location before this event, please. Okay. I was in the... Is something wrong? Everything is so quiet now. No more music. Please explain where... It's night. I don't... Wait. What are... Hello? If you need to be saved, then please tell us your last location. Wait. What the hell are those? They're... puppet people. They're coming for me. I gotta... Hello? Looks like I'll have to wait.
Week. Time, 09:47 a.m.
Does anyone listen? Hello? We hear you, bud. Hey! It's me from that talk last night. Feels weird saying that. You're back. And alive, too. Yeah, but I ran out of almond water. Well, we'll still need your previous location if you want to be saved. Oh, yeah. Yeah, hold on. Alright, I was in the end. Okay. And I got lucky and escaped. After that, I made my way to the hub, and then this entrance opened on the floor. It was weird, you won't miss it. Alright, since Team Quick Match is on duty at this moment, it seems we'll have to send in Team Compass Point through your previous location. Overseer C has approved your request. Okay, thank you. Just beware of the night in this place. Noted.
End log. In the second log, Team Compass Point was sent out to rescue the Wanderer and explore this new level. The team's leader, Reed, is tasked to write down logs of the events that will occur. Begin log. Time, 13:18 p.m. Okay, here we go then. So, we just made it out of the end. I haven't done that in a while. We have a little cheat around the end system of traps or whatever. Dan is already mapping out our route we're taking. Damn, I have no idea how he does it so fast. But hey, that's Daniel for you. Anyways, we are close to the hub as of now, and I'm kind of excited, as the level seems to have a neat description and, you know, crafted and all. I wonder how it will look like, or what we'll find. I'll keep you guys in the loop after we explore. a bit of it. Time, 15:34. 15:34 p.m. Alright, so a while ago, we found the entrance, and God, it made a cut through the wall. Straight down, like a straight rectangular box cut all the way down on the side of the wall. The Wanderer said it was on the floor. It's possible the entrance relocates itself every time it's reopened, which is very weird to me. After that little discovery, we threw a rope down, and we wrapped it to a pole in the hub. Once down, Randy just said to us, "Guys, we are not in Kansas anymore," which I thought was kind of funny, and I chuckled. But you know what? We couldn't be more right. This place is messed up, like visual effects wise. It's like I'm in the Nightmare Before Christmas down here. The entire place is like a puppet stop motion movie, set in the 50s, milk vans and all. Although that said milk was in fact almond milk, a different substance, but still almonds. For God's sake, I'm sick of its taste, but it always helps. Jack grabbed a few for his own uses in cooking. Jack grabbed a few for his own uses in his cooking. The houses in this place are no different to everything else, being cartoony and freaky and things like that. Retro TVs and furniture, from the 50s, again, in this animated form. We actually explored a lot of houses, and this effect is hurting my head, but there's no time to complain. Better keep moving with the team. Time, 16:34 p.m. This place is insane. It has a fountain with almond water once more, like it would be anything else. Anyways, the siren poles have been playing nothing but this cartoony music for the entire time. Like, it repeats the same tune over and over again. It's getting annoying. Other news is that it seems to be getting darker, which is weird, finally seeing the sun set again. But it just reminds me of this hellhole I'll never escape from. Continuing on, we found a house which was flooded, with normal water, which only meant one thing to me: level 7. So, there's one exit found. Still no sign of the Wanderer yet. I hope they're safe. Speaking of safe, I remember something about the Wanderer talking about the night, and puppets, or something like that. Anyways, we'll keep a lookout during the night. I'll see you guys in a bit. Time, 20:53 p.m. Okay, guys. So, what happened was that the night came around and the music stopped finally. But once that started, we heard strange laughter, coming from all around the place. The sounds were coming from the puppet entities. These guys were in all different shapes and sizes. These guys were in all different shapes and sizes, and cloths and colors too. Their movement was very animated-like, as it is with everything else. We were getting attacked, probably because we are not animated like them. We saw a few other things too: skin stealers, smilers, and a few more as well. They were all getting ripped apart by these puppet people, like forces of strength we'd never seen before on an entity. 2 of these things ripped apart a skin stealer in like 4 seconds. We all ran to find a safe place for us to hold our ground. Jack had the great idea to run to the level 7 exit and camp there until the night is over. We all ran to the exit as Jess was holding them off. We all survived and made it to level 7, but not so far so that the exit won't disappear. Well, we were setting up camp until unexpectedly one of those puppet things made it into our camp and attacked me. Well, tried to. Before it could even touch me, Randy ran in with a metal pipe and smacked its wooden head off. I was terrified because I was so close to that thing that Randy almost hit me too. I told him to watch where you're going, as he probably would have killed me, or at least make me unconscious. Where did he even get a pipe? Anyways, we are in level 7, waiting for the night to pass by in this new place. Jack is cooking up another meal right now. and it's almost ready. He's using the almond milk from earlier. The stuff pours out like it's stop motion. It makes me feel weird. Anyways, I'll get back to you guys after we do a bit more exploration. Time, 09:18 a.m. Well, everyone, what happened was that the level turned to morning, and that obnoxious music was playing again. Which actually feels reassuring. And we continued to explore. Harry tells us the Wanderer is still alive, and communicating with him as of now. And he says that the Wanderer is in a floating castle of some sort. Well, we found it. It's actually pretty big, and we should have seen it when we entered this level from the hub to begin with. We are making our way there right now, walking through the hills and roads. And let me tell you, we found some strange stuff. There were a few houses, which looked normal, at least to everything else. Then it got stranger. The further we got to the castle, the stranger the houses got. Like we found a single kitchen room, just out there in the fields, without the other rooms of a house. We also found a bedroom, but its room was just a single wall, and floor, and furniture for a bedroom, and a bed where that wall is. Not only that, but it gets to the point where there's just random piles of furniture, and somehow, Randy found a coin sitting in a sink in one of the furniture piles. The date of the coin was 1953, which matches the rest of this place. We also saw a few death rats, which they are also animated. I guess it's to save themselves from the puppet things. Well, we are close to the castle now, and it looks like it actually has a mountain underneath it. And it isn't floating, but this said mountain is transparent, which is all kinds of weird. Anyway, we'll get back to you guys after we explore the castle. Time, 12:31 p.m. So, I'm at the door to the throne room, as I call it right now, waiting for the others after we split up from those robot toy things. Okay, let me get you up to what's going on. So basically, we entered the castle, and everything inside was normal. And is not actually animated, which made me very pleased. I was going to go insane if I have to look at that effect again. Anywho, the entire place is like a funhouse in a carnival. Halls would loop around, slides leading to different rooms, ball pits, and stuff like that. There was one interesting room I found, which seemed to be a studio, with a mini replica of the town of this level, and its entities, which I thought was pretty cool. A few tables with papers and sketches of this place, as if it was being made into a movie. After we interacted with everything, we got attacked by 2 robot men. They were like the castle guards. My team all split up to effectively get rid of these robot men. Obviously, one was chasing me, as I was running away from it. I ended up running through a hall that was unnaturally bright, blinding levels of light, and the robot guy got lost in it, and I escaped. Now I found a huge door, and I'm waiting for the rest of the team to meet me. Okay, just in right now. Just got to the entrance of the throne room. Jack found it too just now, and none of them are near me. Looks like we have a door that appears at random. Anyways, once Randy finds it, we'll enter it. I hear 2 people chatting on the other side. I'll see you guys there. Time, 13:07 p.m. I'm in level 1 now. I can't really remember everything that's happened. I can't really remember everything that happened, but I still remember the important things. We entered the throne room, and I was right about my assumption. It was a throne room. We were all there, even though none of us were together before entering. The Wanderer was there, frozen still as we thought, although he was still talking as if he was being controlled by the king. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. This king is the ruler of this castle, and was in the middle of what he calls transformation, which would explain the Wanderer's lack of response. He was under mind control. This thing was made out of stone, but still moved and spoke like a normal being. Me and the team were about to fight this king until he somehow made these animations of this creature I would always see in my nightmares Me and the team were about to fight this king until he somehow made these animations of this creature I would always see in my nightmares as a kid. I was afraid of it then, until I realized it was a manifestation of my own self-doubt, which still kinda affects me to this day. But when I saw it now, it had this fear-inducing effect, which I was not really affected by. I just felt anger, and I eventually destroyed the thing with my team. After that, the king spoke and congratulated us on defeating our greatest fears. It blew up, like literally blown up into light. And then I was in level 1. The MEG is arriving at my destination as of now. Jess and Randy are still there in that level, with the Wanderer. They appeared on the road close to the town. They have plenty of time to make it to level 7. Jess also took a picture of the road, as she said. Jack is in level 4, and the MEG is looking for him. And the MEG is looking for him. At least we are all safe. This is Reed, captain of Team Compass Point, signing out. End log. All members of Team Compass Point were found and rescued, including the Wanderer. They were all transferred to Base Alpha on level 0. Reed came up with the number 94 for the new level entry on our database. You may find the level here. I'll cut that out. The Wanderer was sent to the BNTG Trader's Keep to live in for a few months. New entity entries were added for animations and the animated king. Wow, that was exhausting. I'm surprised I was able to hold on to that voice as effectively for that long. Also, have a good night, somebody. Thanks for hanging out. Wish I had a membership again. I wish I could gift it to you. Because I would. If I could hand out memberships to people, I would. Laughing over that voice effect? Oh. You mean?
The baby? Bases, outposts, and community. Since the animations appear at night.
Night. Have a good night. Also, Freddy, I saw you asked a question earlier. Let me scroll back up. What do you use? Is it from a website? I use VoiceMod. It is a actual commercial thing. You have to pay for it. I bought it for $30 I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. I mostly use it for its clean setting, which is basically a built-in noise cancellation. I can actually turn off the voice changer for a second. You all can hear what it sounds like without it. Let's go to my raw microphone. This is my raw microphone without voice mod. I've actually not heard this in years because I always use the voice mod for everything, but I know it's different because it actually got rid of an audio track. It reduced it to 1. Anyway. There we go. Doesn't sound that bad. Well, this is what it sounds like with a voice mod. The clean setting. It's not as bad as it used to be. When I had my Florian mic, the mic that I used to use, it was a lot more drastic of a change before I got it. Because that room was ambiently very loud. When I streamed from my bedroom is very loud. Anyway, I should probably finish this article, huh? Bases, outposts, and communities. Bases, outposts, and communities. Since the animations appear at night, it is really hard to survive level 94 as a group. The MEG are currently finding a way to set up an outpost in this level. Entrances and exits. To enter, you must first be in level 601 and successfully escape and make your way to the hub. Once there, a rectangular-shaped hole will appear on the ground in a random area of the hub. In a random area of the hub. In a random area of the hub. And will close very soon after entering, but slowly. To exit, you must either complete the Animated King's trial and get to a random main level, or some houses will lead to level 7, level 9, and level 53. Now we're done. That's going to be a long one. Not done yet? Nope. Nope. That is a little bit over 22 minutes. Okay, here we go then. I am surprised I was able to hold that voice for that long. Alright, so a while ago we found the entrance. I think I'm doing it different again. It's like I'm in the Nightmare Before Christmas down here. The entire place is like a puppet stop-motion movie, set in the 50s. Milk vans and all. Although that said milk was in fact almond milk, a different substance, but still almond. For God's sake, I'm sick of its taste, but it always helps. But it always helps. Anyway. Next. This one is also going to be a bit longer, because it has a lot of on-article extras. Yippee. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm scratching the back of my leg. I think it's a dry skin thing. Does anyone else's calves ever get, like, really, really itchy? I think it's a dry skin thing. Eh. My calves get real itchy. TMI, Alan, TMI. Anyway. Level 55. Land of Ice. Survival difficulty. Class 2. Unsafe. Secure. Low entity count. Level 55 is the 56th level of the Backrooms. It was discovered. Oh god. I'm not seeing any dates. That doesn't help. Fuck it, I'm going with American time. Alex is Walter White. Alex? Alex? Alex! It was discovered on May 3rd, 2021. Description. Level 55 is a supermarket of unknown size, filled entirely and exclusively with freezer aisles. Each aisle is exactly 55 feet long. The aisles seem to mimic the design and styling of a number of supermarkets within the front rooms. These markets include, but are not limited to, 7-Eleven, Aldi. Actually, we will be pausing really quick, because I want to do a demonstration because the heater is kicked on. Hey, can you hear that buzzing in the background? Because I do know that my microphone picks up the heater more often when I don't have the voice mod on. Alright, swapping back over. Where exactly did I leave off? I forgot. 7-Eleven, Aldi. Costco, Farm Foods, Iceland, Kmart, Kroger, Morrison's, Target, Tesco, Walmart, and Woolworths. The aisles in level 55 all match a specific decade of the supermarket's operations, with the decade in question changing every 5 aisles. The decade always changes chronologically, and will never skip a decade, meaning that a group of aisles representing the 1960s will always lead into a group of aisles representing the 1950s or 1970s. Although there is no Wi-Fi in the majority of the level, if you reach a 2000s, 2010s, or 2020s era zone, you can get a signal on the network. 55er's fifth familiar freezer, which requires the password 55555. Moving through the aisles of level 55 can be a rather arduous task due to its extreme non-Euclidean geometry, which gives you only one path back to where you came from, the one you took to get where you are. This is amplified by level 55's lack of any kind of locational or directional indicator, as all markers that have been placed seemingly vanished. Occasionally, you will stumble across what seems to be a wall. It will have a double door reading "Employees Only," which leads to level 55.1. Level 55 has an odd effect on all goods stored within its freezers in that they never decay or degrade in any way, remaining pristine no matter how long they are left untouched. This also means that there is no freezer burn in level 55. The major exploration group recommends against eating food found within level 55 without having read Research Report 5502, due to its unique effects on the body and mind of those who eat it. Entities. Although common entities are extremely rare on level 55, you can occasionally find gossip beacons, death rats, and facelings roaming the level. Level 55 has 4 unique entities not known to be found anywhere else. They are as follows. The Red Freezer. The Red Freezer is a freezer that is entirely red. Its outer shell is colored red. The light inside is red, and all the food inside is in red boxes. The entity is harmless so long as you do not open it, touch it, or make a sharp noise near it. Doing so will cause it to lash out using a series of power cords to try and drag whoever disturbed it into itself, transporting them to level 666. While it does this, it will launch small balls of a red liquid which dissolves organic compounds at approximately 45 miles per hour around itself, in all directions. These freezers are known to move on their own, seemingly at random, although they cannot move when they are in your line of sight. The existence of this entity makes it extremely dangerous to discharge a firearm within level 55. The Gold Freezer is a freezer that is entirely gold. Unlike the Red Freezer, the Gold Freezer is entirely made of solid gold, rather than just colored. Instances of the Gold Freezer are known to glow slightly and emit a calming aura. This calming aura affects survivors. Facelings, and gossip beacons, but not Redites. The true nature of the relationship between Redites and the Gold Freezer is unknown, as varying accounts have shown that upon entering its aura, Redites can either retreat, become more agitated, die outright, run straight past you, or begin tearing up nearby freezers. Opening the Gold Freezer will reveal one of 5 possible things, all of which are listed in detail in Research Report 5501. Redites are a class of entity found commonly throughout level 55. Redites are composed of an unknown liquid, which has frozen into place as part of their body. Redites use their resilience and brute strength to drag any facelings or survivors they find to, and then into, an instance of the Red Freezer. Guide dogs are a class of entity found exclusively in instances of the Gold Freezer, within level 55 and level 55.1. If you do not give them anything, they will simply act as a guard to their instance of the Gold Freezer. If you give them a bottle of almond water, or regular water, they will lead you to the nearest door between level 55 and level 55.1, so long as it is within 3 miles of your current location. If you give them something of personal value to yourself, such as a photo of your spouse from the front rooms, to consume, they will lead you to the exit from level 55 to level 11. However, there is a very small, less than 1 in 20, chance they will lead you into an ambush. It is unknown what causes this. The ambush itself has been reported to be composed of Redites. 1 second. Sorry, I had to work on clearing my throat a little bit. Bases, outposts, and communities. MEG Storage Outpost Arctic Anchor. A small outpost near the entrance operated by the Major Exploration Group, serving to store any supplies that require cold storage or which are prone to expiry. The team at this base consists of 3 members: Jesse Callahan, Craig Edwards, and Ruby Lewis. This base can be easily found by looking to your left when entering level 55 from level 11. This community is open to trade of its limited supplies and inventory at all times, and has been told to aid survivors in any way possible. Leading them to base Beta if necessary. Research Report 5501. Golden Freezer Contents. Instance of the Gold Freezer entity can harbor one of 5 different things, each of which could be useful to a survivor in a number of ways. Extensive exploration by minor expeditions Vanguard, Frigate, and Omicron have yielded 61 instances of the Golden Freezer across their 204 total days of active searching. This is equivalent to 1 instance of the Gold Freezer every 3.34 full days of active searching. Of the 61 instances opened, the contents were as follows: a bottle of confirmed safe almond water, 17. Fully functional iPhone 4, charge level of 100, charge level 100%, 16. Access point to the hub, 12. A small weapon, most commonly a knife, but on 2 occasions a handgun, model unknown, with 2 magazines of ammunition, 8. An instance of the guide dog entity, 8. The almond water found within instances of the Gold Freezer have been tested all 17 times they were found by minor expeditions Vanguard, Frigate, and Omicron, with safety confirmed, and the water consumed all 17 times, causing no adverse effects on any member of any expedition. Hugh Thomas of Expedition Frigate was noted as mentioning, "It tastes a little sweeter than normal almond water, and we were certainly making good pace after drinking it." Although it is unconfirmed, this quote would indicate that almond water within instances of the Gold Freezer have unknown positive effects on those who drink it. This requires further study. The iPhone 4s which are found within instances of the Gold Freezer seem to have exceptional battery life, as one recovered by minor expedition Omicron has so far only used 41% of its initial charge, despite having been in heavy use for 4 days during the expedition, with minor use after the expedition. Unfortunately, these phones may not be particularly useful outside of level 55, as when taken elsewhere, they seem to get very weak signal from all sources of Wi-Fi when compared with other devices. We are unsure if this is specific to the phones from the gold freezer, or whether it is just an issue of the iPhone 4 due to its age. Access points to the hub found within instances of the gold freezer come in the form of a near blinding gold light within the freezer itself, which would indicate that if climbed into, one would be transported to the hub. These access points are found roughly one in every 17 days of active exploration. Weapons found within instances of the gold freezer are, so far, all operational and in good condition. The bladed weapons found in the gold freezer are exceptionally sharp and generally durable in their usage, and should definitely be kept for use inside and outside of level 55. The handguns found within instances of the gold freezer, although rare, are operational and come with ammunition. So far, the only recorded caliber is 9x19 Parabellum. However, they should not be used within level 55, as they may trigger an instance of the red freezer to attack. Instances of the guide dog entity are described within their entry on the level 55 page. Research Report 5502. 55 Food Research. The food found in the freezers of level 55 is not dangerous for consumption in small doses, or for a time frame of less than 1 week, when eating approximately 2,000 calories per day. That being said, if you are to eat too much of the food found within level 55, you will start to suffer some adverse effects. The first effects are essentially harmless, consisting of audio-visual hallucinations pertaining to things you know very well, family, friends, pets, etc., but will not change the environment you are in. In an emergency, these effects are relatively safe to suffer, as they have not shown any capability to directly harm you or lead you into harm. The second set of effects caused by level 55's food is far more dangerous, as the hallucinations become tactile and include things you don't know. Commonly historical figures or other such people who you know about. But do not know personally. At this stage, you will also begin to experience hallucinations of monsters, body parts that don't exist, and even wounds. Although the monsters cannot hurt you, the tactile hallucinations of wounds, known to cause extreme pain, and body parts that do not exist, third arms, second heads, tails, etc., can cause numerous issues. Moving past this stage is where the most dangerous effects begin, and your life begins to end. Our studying has shown that in this third stage, your body will begin to freeze over, melting into a red liquid of unknown makeup which then freezes into place, replacing the part that melted. This is known to induce necrosis, and even gangrene in some cases due to the severing of important blood vessels caused by this process. Subjects interviewed in this stage did not see themselves as in any more danger than in stage 2, so it must be assumed that you will hallucinate these wounds as not occurring. Not much is known of the fourth stage, as it is within this stage that subjects turn hostile. It is worth noting that for at least part of this stage, the subjects retain the ability to use weapons, showing they have thus far retained some level of intelligence. However, this seems to disappear in especially advanced subjects. The end of the fourth stage is becoming a Reddite. A Redditor? Upon close study, the food of level 55 has 2 as of yet not fully tested compounds laced throughout it. The first compound causes an unknown set of effects on biological organisms and is highly flammable. Further testing is needed to find its full effects and capabilities. The second compound, dubbed Fiver's Flavor, has unknown long-term effects on biological organisms. However, has been shown to do 2 things. The first thing Fiverr's flavor has been shown to do is to increase the intensity of the taste in any food by a factor of approximately 10. The second known effect of Fiverr's flavor is that it has an extreme coagulant effect when applied to an open wound. Due to its unknown nature, Fiverr's flavor is still considered unsafe to consume, or use for medical treatment, outside of an emergency circumstance. Further testing will be conducted to determine all capabilities of both compounds at a later date. A note found frozen to a Readite by MEG operatives. Journal entry 217. Date, January 2nd, 2021. Front time. Day 97 in the Land of Ice. Met up with a group of survivors last night after writing my entry. They offered me a spot in their camp. I took it. How could I refuse? Gets me away from the monsters and the weirdos. Still wondering why Abraham fucking Lincoln was trying to get me to do my taxes. My wounds are starting to heal, especially that gash on my chest. It hurt. It still hurts. A lot. But at least it's healing. I'll stay here until I'm healed up, then continue looking for a way out. End of note. Transcript of Lily Vaughn's final message. To anyone receiving this, please get this message to the MEG camp in level 55. My name is Lily Vaughn and I was part of Minor Expedition Vanguard. Vanguard is dead. Everyone except me, and I'm dying. The guide dogs, they can lead you to into an ambush. It led us into a group of Redites. 7 total. They killed my team. Blunt and thermal weapons proved most effective. Piercing, slicing, and stabbing effects are almost worthless again. The transmission cuts here. Entrances and exits. Entrances. Entering a supermarket with a sign reading, Frivolous Frank's Fabulous Frozen Food, in level 11. Climbing into a white chest freezer containing a blue light in level 5, or level -20. Or level -20. No, -20. Exits. Leave through the main door back to level 11. Climb inside an instance of the red freezer to enter level 666. Climb inside an instance of the gold freezer to reach the hub. By God, we wound up with a 40-minute set 3. God damn. Still yesterday your time. Yep, still 11:38. Imagine being EST couldn't be me. Need to write some more? Hell yeah. Go for it. Coughing scared my cat. I'm sorry, cat. I'm dying. Anyway. That's that said done. Now, to continue or not? That's the question. CST? That is me. Hi, I'm CST. Well, let's do one more. Adding. One more. Go till 12? Yep, I'm gonna get one more so that we're going till 12. At least. Alright, because of that, because we have a time limit, let's go right into it. After I take a drink. And ignore why my chest is suddenly hurting. Shobam. Sauna Bonds. By order of Site 358's administration, the following file is level 2/72. The following file is level 2/7255 classified. Unauthorized access is forbidden. 7255/2. Item number SCP-7255. Level 2. Restricted. Containment class. Safe. Disruption class. Dark. Risk class. Notice. Special containment procedures. Any civilians approaching 7255 are to be dissuaded out of the anomaly's vicinity under the pretense of the sauna being a private property. A proper set of containment procedures is pending approval. Description: SCP-7255 is the designation given to a sauna located in the outskirts of Riihimäki. Finland. SCP-7255's interior, though seemingly mundane, is an extra-dimensional space that connects approximately 107 afterlives, 73 extra-dimensional spaces, and 38 alternative timelines. While in baseline reality, SCP-7255 is located in the municipality of Riihimäki. SCP-7255 may be located in other places and other timelines, spaces and afterlives. Due to the large amounts of realities and spaces connected by SCP-7255, the anomaly is considered a common place for SCP-7255-1 instances to meet. SCP-7255-1 is the designation given to any SCP-7255-1 is the designation given to any entities that enter, or have entered SCP-7255 upon exiting SCP-7255. SCP-7255-1 instances will return to their respective realities. Addendum 7255-1. Addendum 7255.1. Discovery. 13th of January, 2017. Sorry for butchering Finnish. That goes at the very beginning. SCP-7255 was originally found by researcher Abigail LaCroix on January 13th, 2017, during a holiday vacation to Finland along with her coworker, Neil Lanes, both of which were officially assigned to Site 94 in Alaska. During her 2-week vacation across the country, LaCroix reported that, while visiting Riihimäki, several posts in Finnish and Swedish detailing a magical sauna experience could be found around the entire town. One of these posts was later recovered during a short inspection of the town, and its translation can be found below. Isomantival Koiselamallajärvi. Isomantival Koiselamallajärvi. I need to write this out. It's hard to read it when it's all capital. Open a window. There we go. It's hard to read when it's all capital. All the letters kind of run together. Isomantivalkoisella Magical Sauna Experience. Find the best löyli in Finland. Become a giant octopus's best friend under magical dust sauna steam. Find your life's love and never meet them again. Clean your skin from all sin at a shining lake's coast. Easy relaxation. Magic unbound. Only at Isomantivalkoisella. LaCroix spoke fluent Swedish, though she understood most of the text on the sign. Upon contacting her workmate, who was booking in a night at a local inn, LaCroix proceeded to drive towards the location on her own. Once LaCroix entered SCP-7255 and comforted herself, she laid on the sauna's cabin for 7 minutes before a large bipedal polar bear, SCP-7255-2, entered the cabin and sat next to LaCroix, who reported to feel unnerved by the bear's presence, believing the bear was an individual anomaly. LaCroix called her workmate using her earpiece. LaCroix called her workmate using her earpiece and described her circumstances. Following this, a platoon of the Canadian Army, SCP-7255-3, SCP-7255-11, entered the sauna, and the bear proceeded to exit SCP-7255, presumably intimidated by the guns. LaCroix later escaped the sauna and drove to the inn Lanes was booking in, before writing a message to Site-358's site director, Kalevi Rikkonen. A provisional SCP file describing the bear was later written. Addendum 7255.1. Interview log, 16th of January, 2017. On the evening of January 16th, 2017, researcher LaCroix entered SCP-7255 and proceeded to interview an SCP-7255-1 instance that was languishing on one of the sauna's benches. The following excerpt is one of the many interviews carried out by researcher LaCroix on said evening. Date: 16th of January, 2017. Interviewer: Researcher Abigail LaCroix. Location: SCP-7255. Begin log. Researcher LaCroix enters SCP-7255. She closes the door and takes off her coat before hanging it on a nearby hook. Several clothes, including parkas, tank tops, and sweaters can be seen hung from other hooks. Notably, a piggy bank captioned with the words, "To enter the sauna, pay euros. Pay 2 euros. It's obligatory. Actions have consequences." Both in Finnish and English stands on the table beside the door. LaCroix looks up to one of the ceiling's corners to meet with a security camera. She checks her pockets, but they are empty. LaCroix picks a can of soda from a nearby freezer and proceeds into the cabin, dressed in shorts and a sleeveless shirt. Inside, a white, featureless, glowing entity can be seen pouring water onto the cabin's kiwas. Footnote: otherwise known as a sauna stove. Dressed with a towel covering its waist and legs. Hot water splashes onto the SCP-7251-1 instance.
Perkele.
LaCroix taking a seat.
Jesus Christ. This place is hotter than the last time I came.
The instance notices LaCroix and drops the spoon on a hook.
Yes, indeed. This one has good lowly, I see. Yeah, the walls make it real cozy. My father used to own a sauna when he was living in Kiruna.
Footnote: Dr. LaCroix's father has never lived in Sweden. Short pause. SCP-7255-16 approaches a bottle of beer and pops it open, before sipping on it. As it doesn't have a mouth, the beer drips from its chin.
Do many people frequent this place? Who doesn't love saunoja? I mean this specific sauna. No. Many people enter this sauna. Well, it seems to be empty.
The SCP-7255-1 instance stares at a trap door on the floor. LaCroix proceeds to open it, revealing another sauna under the one she's in. A blonde humanoid figure resembling Dr. William Weddle. A blonde, humanoid figure resembling Dr. William Weddle, dressed as an elf, can be seen playing the kantele before LaCroix closes the door and a crash is heard.
Yikes. So this place is infinite? No. Just when this cabin gets too full, people go to other floors. I don't see people in this part, though. Open the door again.
LaCroix proceeds to open the trap door once again. A waiter and the Abrahamic god can be seen fighting over an overcooked salmon. She closes the door.
Okay. That makes more sense. Oh, by the way, I work for a Swedish newspaper, and we don't see many of these things in our day-to-day. Is it fine if I ask you some questions?
Sure, yes.
I accidentally. Sure, yes. Accidentally fucked up.
LaCroix smiles before sipping on her soda.
Alright, nice.
LaCroix pulls a sketchbook and a pen from her pocket.
So, do you have a name? Oh, yes. Sakari Yosimari Pölinen. Wow, that's a long one. Not my father's name, though. What city are you from?
SCP-7255-16 pours more water and sips from his beer.
Roma.
Writing on her notebook and raising her eyebrows, unsurprised. Surprised.
Wow, that's quite far from Helsinki. Are your parents Finnish or anything? Ilainen kysymys tuon. Isn't Roma the pääkaupunki of Suomi in your world? No?
SCP-7255-16 scratches his head, confused.
Weird. Anyway, can you tell me about your world? It's quite new to us, this thing of new worlds, you know. Yes. Roma is very beautiful. Always full of snow. No Venäläinen has ever jumped at stone walls either, so it's very safe and it's a paradise for many Finnish. Also very good people, but too many struggles with the economy. Always at war, but always winning. Making the best for the future generations. Oh, damn. Do many of your people die in these wars? It's just... No, not always. I died on a war against the Mursut. Walrus declared war against Riti's government, and they recently took control of Petsamo. Not good. Too many people are dying. They got powerful weapons. Yikes. Things must be painful. Yes, but I died by sniper walrus. Not as painful as you'd think.
SCP-7255-16 notices LaCroix's earpiece, which is labeled with the SCP Foundation logo. It picks up its beer bottle and sips from it.
Is anything wrong?
Rubbing the sweat off his head.
No. You just got me thinking. Is the sauna too hot? We can keep talking in the changing rooms. No, it's okay. Do you have the hour? A clock or anything?
Checking her wristwatch.
It's 5:24. Oh, my bad. Boss tells me I need to get back to work by 4:35. Sorry. Alright. Wait, is it fine if we can meet later to keep talking?
SCP-7255-16 pours more water, then stands up with beer bottle.
No, sorry, I'm busy today. Wait, what about tomorrow? Or Sunday?
The SCP-7255-1 instance nods, before walking towards the door.
I don't think I promise to make sure nobody jumps the wall. Schedule is full. On deck, Simis. I'm truly sorry. Wait.
SCP-7255-16 leaves through the door. As LaCroix exits SCP-7255 to approach the instance, it is nowhere to be seen.
Merde.
As she walks inside and returns to the cabin. End log. Addendum 7253. Addendum 7255.3. Interview log. 16th of January, 2017. After SCP-7255-16 left the anomaly, LaCroix returned to the sauna and waited 8 minutes before another SCP-7255-1 instance, this time taking the form of a bronze-painted automaton, walked into the cabin. The following is a log of the interview between SCP-7255-23 and researcher LaCroix. Date: 16th of January, 2017. Interviewer: Researcher Abigail LaCroix. Location: SCP-7255. Begin log. LaCroix enters the sauna once more. This time the security camera is positioned on the table on which the piggy bank stands, staring at LaCroix. The piggy bank is now captioned with the words, "Pay now. You've been warned. You don't know what you're dealing with." LaCroix ignores the camera and proceeds into the cabin. She sits at the end of the bench and begins drawing sketches on her notebook. SCP-7255-23, who is wearing a black fedora, a pair of glasses, and a cigar. Footnote: despite not having a mouth. One second, did I... Okay, I was making sure. I didn't remember reading a footnote number 2. Enters the cabin, and sits next to her.
How's evening right there, yeah, matey?
Rising her head to stare at the instance.
Oh, hey. Are you talking to me? Yeah, right. Pretty hot in here, ain't it? Yeah, pretty much.
Extending her arm.
Name's Ariadne Mansfield.
Shaking LaCroix's hand.
Embassy Parsley? Embassy Parsley. Brooks call me Keynes of Sydney's for some reason. Oh, you're Australian? I didn't give him an Australian accent. That is distinctly not Australian. Yeah, in fact, I want to keep going with it. My great-grandfather was from Perth. Oh, yeah. I'm a deacon of the Sydney campus. I'm a deacon of the Sydney campus parish. I'm a deacon of the Sydney campus parish.
Smiling.
It's good to hear. I baptized myself at this. I baptized myself at St. Paul. I baptized myself at St. Paul's Cathedral as a child.
Silence. LaCroix sips from her soda. She relaxes her arms before looking at SCP-7255-23 once again.
I'm a journalist for a Surrey newspaper. I like covering all sorts of stuff. Journalists. Always abiding by the truth. Any more people like you in this world? I'm amused.
LaCroix clicks her pen and opens her sketchbook.
You seem to be a pretty honest man, Jacob. I haven't seen somebody like you for a while. Is it fine if I ask you some questions about what you think about society? Absolutely, madam. I'm all ears. All right, then. So, you said you're a deacon, right? Sure I am. What do you think about all the evil guys and wrongdoers, I guess, in society? These roughnecks. Always doing wrong to others and themselves. Have they not heard the words of St. Pomaro and his many apostles? They've been just as broken and wicked as the flesh below. And they certainly are. But they're not as hard to repair, absolutely not. They understand their errors and wrongdoings, so help them repair themselves from their sins. I certainly try. They can do better, though.
LaCroix writes on her booklet. Her earpiece buzzes.
That's a nice philosophy. What do you think about,
Yes?
the current political order, you know?
Ah, the order. President McCain. Praise the McCain. Always blessing us with prosperity. Always blessing us with prosperity and progress. Perfect as it currently is, It's perfect as it currently is, in my opinion. If those vile sarkics are spreading their populist propaganda, it's a cancer to our system.
Huh. Alright. Can I have a bit of insight as to how the religious system works? You praise the McCain, right?
Yes, I do. Don't you?
Yes, it's just... I'm not sure how the ecclesiastical hierarchy works per se.
Silence. LaCroix's earpiece buzzes once again. She removes it and saves it on her pocket.
Jesus Christ. I'm gonna end up deafened by tinnitus if I...
The earpiece suddenly flies towards SCP-7255-23's eye, presumably due to the anomaly containing a magnet of sorts. The earpiece grows in volume immediately, and a man, later revealed to be LaCroix's coworker Dr. Lanes, speaks up.
Hey, Lane. Hey, Abby. Are you still doing field work?
LaCroix picks the earpiece from SCP-7255-23's eye and runs towards the door, before picking her things and leaving. End log. Following this occurrence, researcher LaCroix didn't return to SCP-7255 until the following day, when Director Rikkonen instructed her to enter the anomaly once more to gather more information. Addendum 7255.4. Interview log. 17th of January, 2017. The following day, at 1600 hours GMT +3, LaCroix drove to SCP-7255's location to interview another SCP-7255-1 instance. Once again. Before entering the cabin, LaCroix reported seeing 4 humanoid figures at the lake's dock, recording the sauna from a camera while dialoguing. Date: 17th of January, 2017. Interviewer: Researcher Abigail LaCroix. Location: SCP-7255. Begin log. LaCroix enters the sauna. This time, a crude sketch of a Glock 17 handgun has been drawn onto the piggy bank. And there are 5 security cameras staring at LaCroix from the ceiling. The piggy bank is now labeled with the words, "Pay. Now." LaCroix ignores the piggy bank and proceeds forward. Inside, a humanoid figure made of smoke, wearing a shirt made of blue and yellow fractals, can be seen.
Hey.
The SCP-7255-1 instance stares at LaCroix. Its shirt begins speaking.
I'm sorry, we can't talk. Whoosh. Well, he can, but he can't say anything aside from that.
Oh. Alright. What are you guys doing in a sauna? Shouldn't you be incorporated to this team?
Nah, we work differently.
Whoosh. Yikes.
SCP-7255-29 pours more water onto the stove.
I work for a newspaper and we don't see many people like you around every day.
Sure, but I need you to answer a question first.
Mm-hmm.
Got a cigarette on you?
Oh, nope, I'm not a smoker.
Damn. Rape? Anything that my boy can consume aside from water, steam, and ladling?
No. Apologies.
SCP-7255-29 keeps pouring water.
I'm sorry if that sounded harsh.
Nah, it's okay. Just ask whatever you need. Cloud's got all of the time on this world.
Oh,
Pulling out her booklet.
where do you guys come from?
Whoosh. My boy's born in a factory by the Thames, but he decided to go with the wind to find better skies in Scandinavia.
Is that the reason he can only make wind noises?
You could say so. He took so many habits from the wind. I met him at a Prague lingerie, actually.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, we're like brothers in arms. He takes me everywhere, and I talk for him. And I talk for him. Look, I know why you're here. I know you don't work for a newspaper.
What do you...
Please, don't shit me. You're with those guys who always keep asking for bugs in the dressing room, right? The finished one? The finished ones?
Silence. LaCroix is visibly confused.
Are they...
Dude, you got an earpiece. It's obvious.
More silence.
Okay, I may have lied there, but I don't work for any Finnish agency or whatever.
Right. So you're not with the Blue Masks? Do you pay?
Hey, what?
The entrance. The €2 per entrance?
LaCroix sighs. No. No.
Just pay it next time. These guys aren't friendly for shit. Now you can keep asking me questions. Make it quick.
Silence. LaCroix frowns.
What do you know about this place? I've been asking everyone things about their homelands and that, but I've never really managed to ask about this sauna and this... I've been asking everyone things about their homelands and that, but I've never really managed to ask someone about this sauna in specific.
All I know is that it was built sometime in the 1940s after the Finnish government wanted people and things like us to help their cause against the Soviets. Apparently some crazy-ass organization called the Obscura Corps really did a good job, but couldn't get us into their dimension. It was fucking mad how they created this.
Right. And what do you know about these guys? The ones that stand in the changing room?
Oh, yeah, the Blue Masks. They were the Finnish government, and some other shady agency that I don't know about. The Fundamentum or something.
And the trapdoor in the floor?
Same shit. Obscura Corp tried getting some other guy... Obscura Corp tried getting some other random guys into supporting the Finns cause, but couldn't. That's all I know, lady.
LaCroix writes in her notebook.
All right. I don't think I have much else to ask.
All fine.
LaCroix stands up and walks towards the door.
Okay. Thank you for the information.
No problem.
LaCroix leaves the cabin, puts on her clothes, and exits SCP-7255. The men in the background have disappeared. Addendum 7255.5. Interview log, 18th of January, 2017. On the early morning of January 18th, 2017, LaCroix was dispatched once again to interrogate yet another SCP-7255-1 instance. The following log is a recording of the interview that took place. Date: 18th of January 2017. Interviewer: Researcher Abigail LaCroix. Location: SCP-7255. Begin log. LaCroix leaves her coat on the hook. She glances at the piggy bank for a while, but instead of paying, she simply proceeds forward into the cabin. An SCP-7255-1 instance is An SCP-7255-1 instance is waiting inside. Pouring water on the stove. LaCroix takes a seat and pulls a booklet and pulls a booklet and a pen from her pocket.
Hey,
The instance reacts with surprise. Dropping the spoon, it looks at LaCroix and waves its arms.
damn it! Is it fine if I can ask you some questions? Yes, of course. Indeed. Sauna session is always a good time to talk with strangers. A saunayota is better, but yes. Alright. So,
A crash is heard as the cabin's door is opened wide, revealing a group of 4 men dressed in white and blue riot gear and gas masks.
Hola Hanon!
3 of the assailants reach out to LaCroix and put a sack on her head before tying up her hands with a rope. LaCroix screams. The instance stands up.
Heitä tää olette? Ei kuulu sinulle. Ei kuulu sinulle. Heitä lisää luillella. Heitä lisää luillia.
Silence. SCP-7255-34. SCP-7255-34 instance shrugs and keeps pouring water. The assailants escort LaCroix out of SCP-7255 before leaving. End log. Addendum 7255.6. Video log. 18th of January, 2017. Following LaCroix's extraction by the unidentified assailants, the camera continued recording for 16 minutes under her sack, before revealing that she, along with the assailants, were mounted on a boat at a nearby lake. The following is a recording of LaCroix's conversation with the assailants. Date: 18th of January, 2017. Interviewer: unknown. Location: unknown. Begin log. The flowing of water can be heard in the background. The camera is pitch black. After several minutes of silence and flowing, a plopping sound can be heard in the background. The assailants are heard speaking in Finnish, although the conversation is so fast that it becomes almost incomprehensible. An assailant removes LaCroix's sack from her head. One of the assailants is fishing. One of the assailants is fishing, whereas the others are either drinking beer through a hole in their masks or staring at LaCroix.
Hyvä. Ootko Suomea? Okay, now finish. What's up with the camera?
LaCroix squints.
I was going to interview that guy. At a sauna? Oh, saatana.
LaCroix frowns, looking at her surroundings before staring at the assailants.
What the fuck are we doing in the middle of a lake? And who are you? That doesn't matter. You're in our territory. You talk in here. What's that supposed to mean? Okay.
Silence. LaCroix stares directly at unidentified assailant 3 and laughs.
Oh, Jesus Christ, are you? No. Okay, so you're accusing me of being with... Yes. Alright, let's cut the crap. Where's the breadbasket? The what? The Molotov. I don't have a Molotov cocktail. And I'm not with the goddamn GOC.
Silence. The fishing assailant reels his rod and pulls a fish from the water, before staring back at the interrogating assailants.
Hey, sein Juri Valtavanzalin.
The entire crew claps, except LaCroix, who is hand-tied.
Who even are you guys in the first place? The Finnish police. How do you know? That doesn't matter. Aside from sparking some suspicious activity, you're here because you haven't paid to enter the sauna in the first place. That doesn't matter.
Aside from sparking some suspicious activity, you were here because you haven't paid to enter the sauna in the first place. Kaksi euroa. Kaksi euroa.
LaCroix lowers her head and moans angrily.
Oh my fucking god. They're in my pocket. Just grab them and let me go. I'm not a gawk, for God's sake.
Unidentified Assailant 3 grabs a pair of euros from LaCroix's pocket and puts them on his wallet. He sits back. Silence. The fishing assailant turns back and stares at Unidentified Assailant 2.
Yako, why are we interviewing a boxer again? Wait.
The entire crew stares at LaCroix.
Oh, shit. Your foundation?
Silence. LaCroix's face turns angry.
Please stop. The Kirioids do it. The Kirioids tuus. Kirioi tuuskone. The Kirioi tuuskone heti esiin. Perkele!
Unidentified Assailant 3 pulls a typewriter from his backpack and begins writing a letter.
We apologize for the inconveniences, lady.
Grabbing a pair of rose.
We'll get you back immediately.
LaCroix stares silently with an angry smirk. Unidentified Assailant 1 begins rowing, and the remainder of the crew keeps dialoguing, fishing, and drinking beer. LaCroix lies down on her bench. End log. Once the assailants reached the coast, LaCroix was untied and driven by the assailants to Site 358. Located 23 kilometers south of Rihimaki. One of the assailants proceeded to leave a basket of vanilla-dressed pula on the facility's entrance. Before leaving with the remainder of the crew, the pula was non-anomalous, although the flavor was notably duller than that of other pula. Addendum 7255.7 Communications Log 19th of January, 2017. Warning. The following file is level 4/7358. The following file is level 4/S358 classified. Please confirm your credentials before proceeding. Confirm credentials. One day after the events of Addendum 7255.3, Site 358 Director Kalevi Rikkonen received a letter. Site 358 Director Kalevi Rikkonen received a letter from GOI 358, the Abnormal Interaction Command. Finland's National ANRESP. Footnote. Anomaly Response. Agency. Footnote. In Finnish. The agency is officially called the Suomen Epänormalien Toimien Komento. Suomen Epänormalien Toimien Komento. Otherwise known as SCTK, or Finnish Abnormal Operations Command. Below, a transcription of the letter has been included. Dear Kalevi, I'd like to apologize for my people's negligence when it came to treating one of yours in Rihimaki. We weren't sure of who we were dealing with, but I am sure you know why they thought it was the right choice. My people want to ensure neutrality and peace, and so do you and your people. So we thought an indemnity and an apology would be good as compensation. Please understand that both of us have a mutual agreement. You want to protect the Vale, and we just want to ensure the best for whatever steps in our land. If every person in heaven wants to come down to Rihimaki to enjoy some of that good löli at night, or clean their god-blessed skin with a pair of vichtat, we're fine with that. And we'll always welcome them to enjoy a good beer with whoever is in that sauna. But we also consider your mission to be noble, We know what could happen if people knew of the wonders behind the curtain that you sow every day. So you know who you let in, and we set the conditions for whoever goes in, except for you. You're the boss. Best way to define that sauna is like a disco. I would love to enter a disco sauna. We only want to charge whoever comes in, if you ever let anybody, to pay to enter that sauna. I should have talked to you before any of this could happen. As I said, an indemnity is the best way to settle things. So, my friends left you a basket of pula yesterday, and I've let you 5 euros. So, my friends let you a basket of pula yesterday, and I've let you 5 euros in this letter's envelope. So you could pay back your researcher the money we took from her inadvertently. But please, let us know next time you get one of yours to deal with some of these anomalies. For our good, for yours, for Suomi. And if you can, please let us know who is in the GOC. We'll deal with it better. I wish we could improve our relationships and alliances. I truly do. There's so many things that we do in Finland. And so do you. But we never get to talk more than we should. So whenever you aren't busy, I'd like to invite you to a coffee at my home in Tampere and have a chat. Yours truly, SETK General Director, Mahte Marin. And there it is. A proper long one. Yippee sahtana. My apologies for butchering Finnish. Anyway, that was fun. However, it is now 12:22 in the morning, and I do have stuff that I need to go do, so I'm gonna head out. Just real quick, I'm just gonna go. Tomorrow, we will get to play something during the day. I might look for a bunch of random horror games to get. We'll do a longer one, because I got the time tomorrow. But in the evening, we will also be playing Life is Strange True Colors. Yippee. Alan Wake 2 lessons tried their best to teach you. I'm not a Finnish person. All I can do is pretend that I know how it's pronounced. Anyway, I'm gonna go. So, thank you all for hanging out. I hope you had a good time, because I certainly did. Y'all have a good night, and I'll see you all later.